Lesson 1. Designing and beginning the program. Visual Ellipse IDE. Attention! This lesson requires the Visual Ellipse editor and applies to Windows only. In this first lesson, you will begin by defining what the application will do. Using the Visual Ellipse development environment, you will create a Ellipse file and begin writing AutoLISP code to support your application. In the process, you will begin to discover how Visual Ellipse facilitates application development. First is defining overall program goals. Defining overall program goal. Developing an AutoLISP program begins with an idea for automating some aspect of AutoCAD. It may be a need to speed up a repetitive drafting function or to simplify a complex series of operations. For the tutorial, the garden path you want your program to draw a complex shape with a variable number of components based on initial input from the user. Here's what it will look like. Your program must do the following to draw the garden path. Given a starting point and an end point and a width, and then you draw a rectilinear boundary. The boundary can be at any 2D orientation. There should be no limit on how large or small it can be. Prompt the user for tile size and tile spacings values. The tiles are simple circles and will fill the boundary but must not overlap or cross the boundary. Place the tiles in alternating rows. To see how things should work, you can run a complete version of the application that is supplied with AutoCAD. To run the supply example, click on Manage tab. Click on the Manage tab here. Go to Application panel. Go to Load Application. Select the gardenpath.vlx from tutorial visual directory. So I'm going to go to there. It's going to be in. So I'm going to come back to see where's the tutorial visual directory. So it's in AutoCAD directory tutorial. It's going to be in tutorial and Visual Ellipse. It's going to be in so Visual Ellipse directory, garden path VLX, and we'll load it. And then close. At the command prompt, you enter gpath. Respond to the first two prompts by picking a start point and an end point in the AutoCAD drawing area. So you put one here, start point and end point. Enter 2 at half width of path prompt, so we're going to put in here 2. Click OK when prompted by the garden path tile specification dialog box. So we're going to radius tile, spacing between tile, active automation, line width. We click it, and you're going to get this. So that's the automation that already done for us. So that is the overall programming goals. Next is getting started with Visual Ellipse. Getting started with Visual Ellipse. Now that you have seen how the application is supposed to work, you can begin developing it with Visual Ellipse. But first, it helps you to demonstrate what can happen when Visual Ellipse is waiting for control to return from AutoCAD. You may have already encountered this. To see Visual Ellipse wait for control to return from AutoCAD, you click on Manage tab, Application panel, Load Application again, and you select Garden Path VLX, and then you click Load, and then click OK, close. At the AutoCAD prompt command, you enter VLips to start Visual Ellipse. So you're gonna VLips to start Visual Ellipse. Switch back to the AutoCAD window. Either select AutoCAD from the task or press tab to choose AutoCAD. Enter. So we're gonna AutoCAD Visual Ellipse. We're gonna start AutoCAD Visual Ellipse. So we need to restart AutoCAD. So we start AutoCAD again. We're gonna just create a new drawing, and we just put it in the side there. That's interesting. The shortcut key is not work for me. I'm gonna go to Manager, Load Application, load the garden path.vlx, and type in vlibs, and the visual lift for AutoCAD is gonna be start. It looks like that. So getting back to AutoCAD command, and then type in gpath. Before responding to the prompts from gpath, switch back to the Visual Lips window. So I'm gonna have that here, and the Visual Lips should be up there. So back to Visual Lips window. In the Visual Lip window, the mouse pointer appears as a Visual Lip symbol, and you cannot choose any commands or enter text anywhere in the Visual Lip window. The pointer symbol is a reminder. It's a reminder that there is an activity you must complete in AutoCAD before resuming work with Visual Lips. Remember this whenever you see the Visual Lips pointer. That is the Visual Lip pointer. We can see that. Now you are ready to begin building the garden path application. To begin application development with Visual Lips, from the Visual Lips file menu, you click a new file. So you need to come back to AutoCAD, and you need to cancel that, and then you can come back to Visual Lips. So now you can go to here and create a new file. So you enter the following code in the text editor window. It is the window title untitled 0. You can omit the commands if you wish. So we got function cgraph is the main program function and defines the autograph command. So define C is graph, that function. You're gonna ask the user for input first for path location and directory, then for path parameters, and then continue only if you have valid input. So if GP get point input, if GP get dialog input, and at this point you have valid input from the user. Draw the outline, storing the result polyline pointer in the variable called polyline name, and then you set Q the polyline name GP draw outline, and then you're gonna print that GP draw outline function return and polyline name. Then print that, and then put an alert, congratulations, your program is complete. And then you close this, and then print out function cancel or incomplete information to raw boundary, or exist quietly, or display a message to let user know the command name. Type in ggraph to draw a garden path, and print C. That means print to screen, I think so. So that is the application. You choose save as, and save as on the menu, and save the code in the new file as AutoCAD directory my path. So it's in inside AutoCAD directory, inside there, inside AutoCAD, inside tutorial, inside Visual Lip, inside my path. I'm gonna put in gp main.nslsp, which is a Lisp file. So it not allow you to save in here. So something you don't have the admin right to save in here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna close this, close the AutoCAD. No saving that. I'm gonna run. So AutoCAD, I'm gonna run as administrator, and that one I'm gonna create a new drawing. I'm gonna turn on the Visual Lips editor, and inside Visual Lips editor I'm gonna just create a new file. Just copy the code and copy and paste it in the program file Autodesk AutoCAD tutorial inside Visual Lips, inside my path, which is called gp main.lsp, and it's okay now. So that is the difference between running as an administrator and running as a normal user. So then now we finish that. You're gonna close it and we get back to the third part, is looking at Visual Lisp code formatting. So I think in order to make the clip short, I'm gonna make it here as